17 Ethiopians fined, await deportation. Zimbabwe, January 2025. 17 adult Ethiopians arrested in September last year for entering the country illegally through Lake Kariba have been fined by a Chinhoyi magistrate, and now await deportation. Handing down the ruling on Monday, Magistrate Kudzanai Mahaso, however, warned, cautioned and discharged the 12 minors who were part of the group. The 17, aged between 20 and 29 years, were fined $20 each or 20 days in jail. All are to be deported by the Department of Immigration upon serving their sentences not later than January 31, 2025, ruled Mahaso. It was the state case that on September 27, 2024, the Ethiopian nationals used 2 canoes to cross Lake Kariba into Zimbabwe with the help of Kudzai Mataona and a Zambian national. They were intercepted and arrested 2 days later at a roadblock near Makuti police station following a tip-off from a reliable source. They all failed to produce traveling documents which allowed them into Zimbabwe. Case took long to be finalized due to the shortage of interpreters for the Ethiopians. Lawyers Michael Chandida and Jimmy Zeus fought hard to force government to provide interpreters since September last year. Case exposed some police officers who were facilitating the Ethiopians' free passage into the country en route to South Africa, and they are awaiting trial. 2024 10 Ethiopian illegal immigrants convicted, fined $300 each. 10 Ethiopians who were raided at a house in Victoria Falls after illegally entering the country before attempting to escape from police custody have been fined $300 each. They will each be jailed 3 months in default. Abar Dutemo 18, Tadila Ataga 18, Dafti Matiko 18, Tekadal Mibaru 18, Kafala Sodi 18, Mulatto Habtamu 25, Diraj Denala 18, Muradini Hamadala 18, Isahele 18 and Tabeso Eshitha 18, all from Hassana town in the East African country, illegally entered the country just before Christmas Day. They were taken to house number 963 in Aerodrome where they were kept as a hideout waiting to be taken to their destination in South Africa before police fished them out. Case exposes potential human trafficking and points to prevalence of irregular migration in the region, as well as porous borders and the existence of well-connected syndicates of bogus employment agents and human traffickers that operate across borders. According to the testimony by the 10 in court, they were about 25 when they left Ethiopia and were loaded in a container truck after being promised jobs by suspected bogus employment agents who had promised to give them travel documents, jobs, and accommodation upon reaching South Africa, and would pay the cost of everything in installments from their salaries. All the 10 had no travel documents when they were arrested in Victoria Falls on December 23. Weak and tired, 13 reached Victoria Falls and some syndicate members took them to a house in Aerodrome where they were kept waiting to proceed with the journey before police swooped on them. 3 successfully escaped and are still at large while the 10 were arrested and taken to court. People who welcomed and helped them illegally cross the border as well as those that looked after them at number 963 were not arrested. The 10 would have been transported by road via Bulawayo by some human trafficking transporters, who are known in Victoria Falls. This comes as southern African member states are trying to come up with common migration laws to protect their citizens and migrants. The 10 pleaded guilty to entering and remaining in Zimbabwe without a valid permit and escaping from lawful custody when they appeared before Victoria Falls Magistrate Mr. Gift Manika on Monday. Their trial delayed to start as the court sought the services of an interpreter who could speak Ethiopian language. Each was fined $200 on the first count and in default 2 months in prison and $100 or 1 month in jail on the second count. Prosecuting, Mrs. Portia Mlenga Moyo said on December 20, 2023 information was gathered that the 10 were being housed at house number 963 Aerodrome. Police officers teamed up and proceeded to the said address and found them in a cottage. Police arrested the 10 together with 3 others who are still at large. Upon arrest, it was discovered that the 3 had no travel documents or permit which allowed them to remain in Zimbabwe. They tried to escape by fleeing from police who were escorting them, the court was told.